Did I have a mentor when I started my entrepreneurial career, or did I do it on my own? No, I didn't. I just made it happen, man. I didn't have. I didn't even really think about it, to be honest with you. I never woke up one day and said, I'm going to be an entrepreneur today. Woo! It wasn't even. It wasn't a conscious thought. It was just. If I can tell you what happened. I mean, I remember it very well. As I was on, just got out of college, and I was playing in some golf tournaments. But believe it or not, back in the day, I was playing in some professional golf tournaments, and I didn't know if that's what I wanted to do longer term. I thought it probably was, but I was going to make a decision. I told myself that I was going to make a decision at the end of this summer. And so this tournament was actually in Tustin, California. I remember it was but see, I was still an amateur. So this was a US amateur, the USAM qualifier, right? And I had the best score. So I didn't even stick around to see if I qualified, because after I got done on the 18th hole, I knew that I was done. I needed to do something else. So on the drive home at that time was Las Vegas. And this was, who knows, I can't remember, like 97, 98, something like that. I'm like, well, what am I going to do? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, all my buddies come to me all the time and borrow my shirts. They always borrow my t-shirts, and they borrow my dress shirts to go out to the nightclubs, to try to chase girls. But they're always coming to me trying to borrow my shirts. So, I just kind of got daydreaming, and I'm like, I don't know, man, maybe I'll just make some of my own shirts, because my buddies are always stealing mine. I got to thinking, well, yeah, if I make my own shirts, then I don't know, I should probably just make a website. And if I make a website, I should probably just sell the t-shirts, or I should sell my shirts. And yeah, like, that's what I'm going to do. That was the extent of how much thought I gave to becoming an entrepreneur. And sure enough, when I got back to Vegas, I'm like, okay, I don't have any money. I was dirt poor. So I'm like, well, I need a way to fund this. So I need to get a valet gig. And so I just went to every single casino down on the Strip and in Old Town. And why did I need a valet gig? I wanted a valet gig because I wanted to work graveyard. And I knew that the valet guys would make like 100, 150 bucks a night in tips. And doesn't sound like a lot now with everyone's stimmy checks. But back then, this was, I don't know, 97, 98, whatever. That was a decent amount of money. So I'm like, okay, I need a valet gig. I need to work graveyards so I can spend my days building up my t-shirt business or my website. I was doing it all on my own. I didn't have anyone to help me. And so that's what I did. I just went to every single casino until I got a gig. And finally, the Golden Nugget hired me. So I was working graveyard at the Golden Nugget from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. So I was working 4 10-hour shifts. And then what I would do is when I would leave at 8 a.m. after working all night, then I would work on my little t-shirt thing from about 9 a.m. to, call it 3 p.m., 4 p.m. And then I'd sleep a couple hours, and then I'd go back to work. So that's how it all started. It was never, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur. What book do I read? How do I do it? It was just, well, I guess this is what I'm going to do. I didn't even realize I was an entrepreneur, quite honestly. I was just, well, it just kind of, it's the next logical thing. So that's kind of how I got into it. Now, once I started, obviously there was a few guys that I worked with who were wildly successful that I definitely learned from, but this was way, way later. This was probably 5 years later, and then like 6, 7 years later. So that's how it started. Yeah, no books, no mentors, just just no options.